CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.
Joining us now on the line after celebrating her amazing success at this week's Dairy Women's Network's conference is your 2026 Fonterra Dairy Woman of the Year. Joining us now, Hinehou, welcome and congratulations.
Good morning. How are you, buddy?
Are you home already?
Yes, I flew back yesterday.
Oh, amazing.
She's been on the farm this morning. That's why we had to wait till 11:30 to get her on, because she was actually working, right? So, Hinehou, g'day. Welcome to the show. Where are you farming, Hinehou?
So our farm is in Rātoke, which is just out of Whakatane, about 30 kilometres in the Bay of Plenty.
That's my old stomping ground. Yeah, Te Teko.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, see, Texas, see that? Well, I was 4 when I left Te Teko, but anyway.
Okay.
This is interviews about Hinehou.
Yes,
Thank you.
sorry.
Just getting back. Hey, tell us all about the gala dinner and the conference and what you enjoyed, Hinehou.
So the gala, the conference is it's a unique way of bringing like-minded people together in the industry. It's very, very positive. It has a unique vibe to it. This is only the second conference that I've been to. So the first one I went to was very, very much the same. And the gala dinner was really well organised. The food was fantastic, I must say. Just very, very much emphasis on women's achievement, but also encouraging women to, that are still coming through. So they had the regional leaders awards as well, and that's awesome because it's looking at the next gen coming through the agri sector and giving them that pathway forward. I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, I've actually been lucky enough to go to a Dairy Women's Network conference once a few years ago, and it is an incredible experience. Some very, 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 very high quality farming there, and the women do an amazing job. Hinehou, one thing I'm interested in, and I love the thought of this. The judges praise your ability to combine a Mātauranga Māori with practical farming systems. As a dairy farmer myself, I'm vague on what this is. Would you mind explaining to us what the Mātauranga Māori that you put through your farming system?
Yeah. So, for example, using our Mātauranga Māori lens means that we're very values driven, and we take a values approach to everything that we do, and then we look at what does it actually mean when we're applying it on the day-to-day on the ground. And so I'll give you an example. So intergenerational knowledge transfer is one of our key priorities. And so how do we integrate that in our day-to-day practices? So one of them is through restoration of our wetlands. And when we're bringing everybody in together, we might start with Koro. He'll do a karakia to welcome everybody in, and then we may have one of the mokopuna that are there that might bless the food for women's kai time. So that's just breaking it down into a very simple level, and then using that in our practice for when we're applying that into the ground. So that day it's planting natives in our wetlands. In that, the children that are doing the planting, that are getting their hands in the whenua, are also the children that whakapapa to the whenua. So it's that continuation again of that knowledge transfer through their actions. So that's what we mean around bringing in a Mātauranga Māori lens across the mahi that we do. That's just one way that we do it. Another way we do it is by we have educational resources written, and they were written on stories about people that were born, raised, worked, lived never left or left, and what they think about when they think about home. And we have those written into te reo and into bilingual resources at 3 different age groups: new entrant, 5-year-olds, and maybe say 11, 12-year-olds. And that was another way that we're able to have our story told through each generation without us having to physically do it, because it would be told through the teachers teaching it in their curriculum across the core subjects. And there again, it has that Te Ao Māori perspective, and also integrating that into with the Western arts sciences, so they could apply that story to their, maybe they might be doing an integrated learning unit about science or biodiversity. So the teachers have got that flexibility to be able to use that resource for that. So that's another example of what we do. Another one that we're doing right now is a regen pasture trial. And so we deliberately identified an area that's only had effluent spread on it, oversown that with the regen pasture seeds, grazed it out with the stock, grazed it out, and we saw increases on the daily that we'd never seen before. And we're once a day this year, and we were comparing those results to we were twice a day last year. So some days we were 16, 17% up on the daily.
Even once a day?
Wow.
Yeah, once a day.
That's fantastic.
I know, it's amazing.
That is amazing.
And we've got photos. So when the guys, so it's the guys that are doing this for us are called Verdi. They're from Tauranga. They came out and they had it. They assessed it just before it was ready for grazing, and they took photos. And it was spot the human in the regen pasture. Yeah. In their hand, they took a photo of a leaf and had their hand compared to one leaf. The leaf was way bigger than their hand. Men's hands are quite big because they do a lot of work and stuff. They're naturally big. So that tells you that it was just having that visual to say you could see it, how good it was. But they did make comment that not every crop grows well, so ours grew really well. So we so there again, what we're doing here is we are looking at reducing our emissions. We're looking at how we're utilizing and optimizing the land, still able to make a profit, but we're also giving back to the land, and it's for the future generations, so that we're leaving behind something better than we got it in, and something better for them. And that thinking, that's around that's how we also use our Te Ao Māori lens across the mahi that we do.
Yeah. Hini, one thing that really jumped out in the release that we were sent was your time at the APEC Technical Cooperation Workshop in Bangkok last year. And the reason it stood out for me is this, for people who don't know, is the United Nations Year of the Female Farmer. And the discussions around rural women's empowerment in developing countries and Indigenous women would be a fascinating topic, I'm sure, that you would have contributed greatly to. How are you seeing what's different about what New Zealand's doing to support women in the rural sector versus other countries?
I think that what stood out for me was that in the other developing countries, they have the government and then they have them. They have the worker. There's no intermediary body at all. That stood out. That spoke volumes for me, because in New Zealand we have all the agri-sector bodies that are there to support us. So immediately they're on the back foot. And for a woman, it's very, very hard. They have challenges just trying to seek funding to buy tools so they can harvest their rice. That's a reality for the women there. And I was, in comparison, I have a vehicle that comes to the farm that collects the milk and drives it to the factory to process. So I just felt like we were poles apart, and I felt very, very saddened for the women, from the developing countries.
Hinehou, what is involved in your prize, winning the 2026 Fonterra Dairy Woman of the Year, in regards to what the next 12 months looks like for you?
Yeah, I'm interested myself. I've been asking the other previous finalists, winners, what's the next 12 months going to look like for me? Very busy. An opportunity that, through the networks, that other opportunities are going to arise, and to take them, even if they look challenging, to go with it anyway. And then also there's also the Kellogg's leadership program that comes as part of the prize. However, I'm already on Kellogg's. I'm on the current cohort. So yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to land, where that's going to land, but and I love Kellogg's. It's amazing.
Yeah. It is.
Hey, Hinehou, you've got a trophy there, have you? Where's the trophy? Can you show us the trophy?
Yes, of course. I've got my phone leaning up on it.
Turn it round.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Just push the old flip part. Andy, do you know how to do that on your phone?
Yeah,
Do you know what I was while Hinehou's doing that? I was thinking about, men with big hands and how yours have just shrunk with office work over time.
Yes, they have.
Oh,
look at
wow.
Back as well.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Can you see?
Yeah, and that gorgeous artwork behind as well.
Oh yes, that was done by a friend.
Oh,
she
amazing.
did that for me, and we had these lovely cushions on the seat. Well, we've got all our lovely maps and things there now, and but I took them to wash them, and I haven't brought them back.
Oh.
And they're kind of like this fluorescent green, really bright green with this black pattern through it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Gorgeous. Hey, thank you so very much for joining us on CountryWide Connect. I look forward to connecting with you again soon and following your journey. It's amazing.
Thank you. We have got some, I've already, in my calendar, I've already got some events that are coming up that are aside from this award. So we're hosting a delegation from Argentina at the end of the month, Mapuche, and they are interested in the indigenous to indigenous relationship. They're interested in learning more about our culture and Māori agribusiness. And then a invitation that fell out of presenting at APEC. I've been invited back, my colleague and I have been invited back in September to present at a training program that the university and the government run, and it's around a similar theme. It's in the agri sector. It's around food security, food practices and indigenous practices. So I'm looking forward to that.
Amazing. You have a huge calendar. I look forward to catching up again soon. Appreciate your time.
CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.